So hi, good evening. Welcome to another Monday Night Live at Cafe Gratitude. There you go. Awesome. So hi, my name is Shea, and I am here tonight to do yet another Monday Night Live. So tonight we've got Ronnie and Minh, who I'm again just so pleased. You guys, they've been at my house since last night, and Minh's been like a little demon in the kitchen and fed us tonight. It was the most amazing food ever. So I'm happy to share with you, or be able to bring them to more people, both here and also with the Monday Night Live viewing audience. So here's their bio. Ronnie and Minh are a husband and wife raw foodists who produce some of the most interesting and unbelievably tasty raw and living food you may ever encounter. Ronnie and Minh have created 2 award-winning films, Going Raw and The Art of Living Food. These films have helped thousands of people experience the delicious and vibrantly healthy foods that Minh creates. Here they are with the topic, the philosophy and the art of living food. Ronnie and Minh.
Thank you, Shea. Okay, thank you, everybody. Want to say thank you?
Thank you, everybody.
We appreciate you coming here tonight to see us in the heat. It's hot out here, but it's very nice, and we really like to talk to an intimate group like this. It gets us all a chance to know each other. And so anyway, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about philosophy of food, and Minh's going to make some food for you and give you some things that you can go home and hopefully have some success with the raw food. And hopefully we're going to enjoy ourselves during the next hour. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Minh and I first, how we got together. Minh and I have been together for 10 years. We've been married for 8 years. We met at a wedding. I caught the garter, and Minh caught the bouquet of flowers. We had our picture taken. We had never met before, and we didn't think much of it. And we didn't see each other again for 6 years. I had the picture on top of my TV. And 6 years later, we met under chance circumstances, and that time we fell in love with each other like everybody else has experienced, and we've been happy together ever since. When I met Minh, I was already eating raw food at that time, probably for about 5 years. And I started to explain to Minh, can you guys hear me okay out there? Okay, good. I started to explain to Minh what my diet was about, that I didn't eat cooked food, and she thought that was kind of weird, and her own way of speaking. But as I started watching Minh, as we lived together, and I started watching her, I noticed that she wasn't eating any cooked food. She was eating salads and things that weren't cooked. And so I come to find out that all she's really eaten all her life, other than raw food, is steamed rice and tofu. Minh's mother was 100% raw. Minh grew up the youngest of 8 children in a family in Vietnam in a dirt house with a grass roof. 10 people in the entire family living in this house, no electricity. So they didn't have a refrigerator, they didn't have a stove, they didn't have the things that we take for granted to make food. If they wanted the food, they'd go out in the jungle and find it. So Minh, it's very hard to get Minh to talk, but I just wanted to tell you maybe a little bit, Minh, please, about how you learned about raw food, or just food.
I learned about raw food with my mom, because that time in Vietnam we just eat raw. We don't know about that one we call the raw food. So that time in Vietnam we don't have enough something to eat or something, that we just go out to the jungle, or you go out to the yard. We pick up the food by natural. So we come in home, one day we cannot eat raw, we steam it. Someone we eat raw like that, with the steamed rice and done with some salt like that. And I learned from my mom a lot, because every day she take me go out to show me how to pick up which one is good, which one is not good, don't pick up that. And everything, he showed me how to make for some people feel good when they get cold or when something like that. But I learned from my mom a lot. Yeah. So thank you so much. I don't know how to talk too much.
Min is very, very innocent, but see, Min, they love you. Min is very innocent, but the truth is there's a lot of people out there in this world that eat primarily uncooked food because that is the nature of where they live and the food that they have available to them. We just happen to be spoiled with all this great fast food and junk food that we've been used to all our lives and TV dinners, but there's entire populations that really don't eat that way at all, and she's a perfect example of that. And so anyway, as I started living with Min and watching the food, I had no really desire to become a raw food speaker or educator or anything like that, but people would be coming over, we'd be eating Min's food, and it was so spectacular, we just kept thinking, what can we do with this? You know, write a book or make a DVD, so we decided to make some DVDs because basically it was kind of easy, and I'll show them to you. We made these 2 DVDs where Min shows people how to make raw food and have success with it, her style. There's many different styles of raw food. Thank you. And that's our second one. And we were fortunate enough to have our films win and be featured at the Raw Film Festival 2 years running. So that was quite an accomplishment for Min, who can't even really speak English too good, to have her videos be accepted like that. So that's where we come from. And for about the past, how many years? 6 years, we've been doing this type of thing as our hobby, basically. When we feel comfortable and we like where we're going, we'll go places and we'll talk and we'll share our experience about raw food and our philosophy about raw food, and we share Min's food. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about my philosophy about raw food, what I've learned about raw food, and then in about 20 minutes of that, then Min will start making some food, and then we'll have some fun talking about food. So Min, you can relax, stand up, sit down, whatever you want to do for a few minutes, and then we'll come right back to you, I promise. I won't forget you, dear. Okay. All right. You know, it's really an interesting place where we're at right now with food. I mean, if you look around, just open your eyes and see what's happening in our country, we see that every day we're hearing on TV how food is causing all these problems. It's no secret anymore. When I grew up, it was a secret that nobody knew. You know, sometimes even love can get you in trouble. My mother loved me as much as any mother could love a son. And she loved me so much that every day when I went off to school, I'm 60 years old, Min and I are both 60. But when I went off to school when I was young, she loved me so much, she would pack me a lunch box full of potato chips or Cheetos and a Coca-Cola, and usually it would be either a ham or a bologna sandwich on white bread with a ton of mayonnaise, and that's what I would eat every day. And I look back on it now and I wondered how I survived, but you know, that's what a loving mother fed her son, because that's what everybody was taught to believe was fresh and healthy. Same thing with milk. We were told over and over again that milk is going to build our bodies and Wonder Bread's going to do all these wonderful things for us. And then we come to find out later that it's really the opposite. But as I really travel around the country and we look around and watch TV and on the internet, what we see now is there's a big shift taking place. And it's taking place because of people like yourselves and because of restaurants like this and people like Shea who have this passion for raw food and they want to share it with people, they want to talk about it with people. But what's really starting to cause a shift, and there really is a shift happening, because when we drove up here today from Nevada, the desert in Nevada, I noticed at least 12 billboards proclaiming that McDonald's now has real fruit smoothies. So, I mean, you can see the direction, whether it's because they want to make money or because they believe that people want to eat healthy or they want to do the right thing. Who cares? The point is that things are changing and things are shifting, and the thing that I attribute it to mostly is people like yourselves who eat raw food, who enjoy raw food. You get that glow about you, people want to know about it, and then you start talking about it and you're setting examples. And that's what's so great about this, is that this is not coming from the government, it's not coming from the media, it's not coming from pop stars, it's not coming from anything but grassroots individuals changing their lives and people going out and talking about and sharing this raw food experience. So it's kind of like the start of the computer age. I'm old enough to remember when the computers were first starting out, people looked at anybody associated with computers as like a weird group. You know, there's just a small group of people playing with computers.